Hi everyone, welcome to Animal Communication. Welcome back. Thank you very much for joining me today. I have got a few photos here of animals that would like to have a chat to us. So we'll start in a minute. Hopefully you'll have a few people, and especially the people that sent me the photos of these beautiful animals. Hopefully we can have the people join us so they can hear what their animals have to say. Okay, so I think we'll start with the first one. We'll get straight started. We've got a beautiful dog here that I want to start with today. This one here is Molly. Beautiful Molly. And whoever owns her will recognize her, I guess. So I just want to have a quick chat with her and see how she's feeling and what she wants to tell me. I'm not quite sure how old she is, but she's telling me that she's very young at heart. Even if she's an older dog, she tells me that she feels very young, and she's quite playful, and she tells me that it's very important for her. Hello Linda, thank you for joining. So Molly's telling me that she's a very playful girl and that it's very important for her for balance, that she gets to have a play and just, mainly on the mental side, that it just helps her balance when she can have a play and when she has outings, when she gets taken out to the park. She tells me that she's a girl that questions things. So with her, it's always good when you can explain things to her. So if you take her to the park, or if you're going to work, then you can just say to her, look, I'm going to work, this is what's happening. So it's always great if you can, anyway, to all your animals, it's great if you can always explain to them what's going on, because a lot of them, they're confused and they don't know where you're going and what you're doing. So if you can explain to them what's happening, then they feel a lot more relaxed about it. Molly is also receiving some Reiki treatment, so we want to know from her how she's feeling about the Reiki treatment. And she tells me that it just helps her to relax overall, and she also tells me that you can see that when you treat her with Reiki, that she will just give you this, that she will just relax. And again, it just helps her more on her mental side. So physically she seems to be feeling quite good. It's more her mental side that that is affected a little bit, and she is quite a sensitive girl, so she obviously needs a bit of support on that side. And yes, she wants to know what we are doing and what we are talking about. So she is a very curious girl, and it is very important that she gets all that information, just that she's feeling happy and relaxed. And she also tells me it gives her confidence, because she's saying in her surroundings she feels quite confident, and but it is if something scares her, then she gets a bit of a worried look on her face, and then she worries a bit what is going on. So again, talking to her and explaining to her what is happening will definitely help her. So I'll just show you the photo again. This is beautiful Molly. Hello, Kirsten, how are you? Thank you very much for joining today. Hi, Corina, good to see you. Okay, what else have we got with beautiful Molly? Yes, so with the Reiki, she tells me that she really enjoys it, and she tells me, hello, Catherine, thank you for joining. So Molly is very relaxed when she gets the Reiki, and it also helps her to shine and to give her confidence. And it's funny with Molly, because I get two sides with her. I get a confident side where she is confident and she's outgoing, but there's also a side of her where she's a bit unsure and not so confident. So the Reiki is definitely something that helps her. Hello, Amy. Anything else health-wise? Asking her how she's feeling. She's talking about her breathing, that there is something going on sometimes. Could be a bit allergy related. Her body feels very good, she tells me. She also tells me that she likes her food. And she says that she eats everything. Sometimes she can be a little bit picky, but in general she is a good eater. And she likes it when she has access to food all the time. So she does seem to enjoy her food, which doesn't necessarily mean that you have to give her food all the time, because obviously you also don't want to overfeed them. And I mean, a lot of animals, even if they're on the bigger side, they always want to have food, and it's not necessarily the right thing to give them the food all the time. If you want to get a reading done, you can just send me the photo of your animal to my email address, and I have included that in the link to this video, so you can look up. It's info@animalcommunication.com.au, and then hopefully I'll have time next time to do a reading with an animal from the other side. Anything else from Molly? Again, she's asking me questions. Oh, hi Kim from New Zealand. Great that you're joining us. Thank you. I'm coming to New Zealand in September, so who knows, maybe we can meet then. So yeah, anything else from Molly she wants to tell me? She just tells me again that it's important that she goes out. She just needs to physical contact, and she needs to do things and exercise and get her mind busy to just be calm and relaxed, because she's just a girl that if she's just at home, then she tends to just overthink things, and then she gets a bit bored. Hello, Kathy Joe. Okay, so that was Molly. We have got another, I think it is a boy. This here is Finn. I don't have much more information. Kathy Joe, I'm doing readings with animals. So I'm not really in the business side of it. So if you have any questions to business, you probably need to go live and watch one of the live videos when someone does, you know, I don't know what they do. Yeah, I'm doing readings with animals. And the next one we have here is beautiful Finn. Okay, so when connecting with Finn, I think he's a poodle cross maybe from looking at him, but I'm not quite sure. So talking to Finn, he tells me that he is quite a relaxed and chilled boy. That's all right, Kathy Joe. So he seems to be quite relaxed, and he tells me that, oh, hi, Joe. Joy, is he yours? That seems to be Joy's boy. So yes, I think it is a boy. And he's telling me that he's quite a laid back and relaxed boy. And he tells me that he likes to play, but he can also entertain himself. So he's not one that you need to keep busy all the time. He's very good as well as just doing his own thing and playing with himself. Let me have a look at my notes. He's also a curious boy. He doesn't seem to be a boy that is extremely nervous or tense or anything. He seems to be quite chilled and relaxed. And that's good that you're watching, Joyce, so you can hear what your boy has to say. He also tells me that in general he's quite well behaved, but he also tells me that he does have a bit of selective hearing. So sometimes when you ask him things, he might not always respond just because he's busy doing other things. And he tells me he's a dog that is not in a rush, so he takes his time doing things, but he is a curious guy and he likes to explore things and do things. And as I said before, he likes to do things on his own and also with people, so he's good for both. You know, he's not one that you have to keep busy all the time. He's one that can also go and play on his own and do his own things and basically entertain himself, which makes life a lot easier. And he also tells me that he loves his food, and he also seems to be, or he tells me that he likes to beg for food as well. So whether he wants more animal food or whether he tries to get food while you're eating on the table. And he also said to me that he doesn't really care much about manners. So he seems to be one that doesn't really care, but he's a lovely boy. So he just, he's just laid back, you know, he doesn't really care. Excellent. Well, thank you, Catherine. Hopefully we can connect with your boy or girl next time. And Trina, have you sent me photos and questions? You can do that, and then hopefully I can connect with your boy and girl next time. Flynn also tells me that it's Finn actually. Finn tells me that he also loves cuddles, so he does seem to be an affectionate dog, and he enjoys having his cuddle with his mom. And he also tells me that he's got a happy life. He's very well cared for, and he gets what he needs. And he also tells me that his mom always knows what he needs. So his mom seems to be spot on with anything that the boy wants. But again, he's not a complicated dog. So he's not one that's very needy or that needs a lot of attention or complicated things. But he's obviously keen to be in his family and do things and have fun. And as he said before, he's one that likes to explore. So if you can take him out and take him exploring, he will be very happy with that. But yeah, he just seems to be an easygoing, not complicated boy, which makes life very easy for you. That's great to have. And the owner wanted also to know whether he sees pets that are in spirit. And I asked Finn about that, and he tells me that he sometimes has a bit of a stare, and he looks somewhere, and he tells me that you can see when he can see them. So he said that sometimes he will talk to them, and you seem to be thinking, hang on, what is he doing? You know, is he actually seeing something? Is he talking to someone? So he's telling me that he's connecting, and he tells me that they are around him all the time. So they seem to be around you all the time as well. He's talking to me about a German Shepherd that he can see. So whether that's a dog that was with you or a dog that he'd known from the past. So that seems to be a dog that's hanging around and that he's seen from the spirit world. But he says that they visit all the time, so they are around him and obviously around you all the time as well. You've got a missing cat, Britt. That is always very upsetting when they go missing. You can send me a photo if you like to my email address, and then hopefully we'll have next time to connect. Okay. So yeah, that was beautiful, Finn. Thank you very much, Finn, for having a chat. If there's any other questions, just send me an email to the owners of Finn. We also have here these two beautiful cats. I'm assuming, I'm not quite sure whether they are boys or girls. I think they are two boys. We've got the black cat, which is Angel, and then we've got Smudge, which is this absolutely beautiful, stunning, I'm not quite sure what breed it is with the blue eyes. So I had a quick chat to those two as well. So Angel, the black cat, he is telling me that he's a follower. He tells me that Smudge is the one causing the trouble and being... Thank you very much, Joy. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any other questions, just email me. Yes, sorry for that. So Angel tells me that he's the one that likes to follow. And he tells me that Smudge is the one that is basically being the cheeky, naughty cat. And he tells me he likes to play as well, but he's the cat that likes to just, you know, he's not so full on. He tells me that Smudge is the one that is actually full on, and he sometimes just goes along and follows Smudge, but Smudge is actually the naughty one. That is what Angel reckons. And Smudge seems to be the one that is the more confident one in their surroundings, and he likes to, yeah, be a little bit cheeky. Not naughty as such, but he's just full of beans, I guess you could say. And they like to be up to a bit of mischief and just have fun. They're also saying that together they are strong. They seem to be getting on very well. And they tell me that they like to sleep together, and they seem to be quite close. I'm not sure if they're probably not brothers, but they do tell me that they are quite close, and they do feel like they are brothers. So they feel like they've got a very good connection with each other. And they also tell me that they are good friends. And the interesting thing was that they also said that they're sharing food, even though Smudge, again, seems to be the one that is the boss. But they seem to be quite polite with each other. And I don't really get the impression that there's a lot of fighting going on with these two, which is really nice. The owners wanted to know how they are, if they're going well, and also whether they have settled into the new house and if they like the new house. And they are telling me that they are happy where they are now. They have a lot of room. They're also telling me though that I don't know whether that was in the beginning when they moved to the house that they were restricted, because they give me the feeling that in the beginning they didn't have quite as much room, or it was a little bit restricted. So but they're saying that now everything has settled in and they seem to be quite relaxed, and they tell me that it's a really nice house. And they also say that there's a lot to explore, and they were also talking about the backyard, that the backyard is nice, and they're also telling me that there is a nice view. So whether that's from the backyard that they can see. I'm really sorry to hear, Gail, that Geordie has passed. If you would like me to do a reading, you can send it to my email address, and hopefully we'll have time in the next session to have a chat to Geordie. And yes, thank you, Amy, for sending an email. And yeah, hopefully we can catch up with your boy or girl next time. And these two again, the question was how they're feeling together and how everything's going with them. And they tell me that they are playful together, but they're also respectful and gentle. So I really don't get a feeling that there's a lot of fighting happening between the two. And if, then it's just play fighting. They just enjoy each other's company. Okay, so that was Angel and Smudge. Then we have this beautiful girl here. I'm not quite sure. She looks a bit like a Labrador cross, or Labrador maybe. That is Mango, her name is. And Mango is not living with the owner anymore. So the owner obviously wants to know how Mango is feeling and if everything is okay. And Mango tells me that she's a very smoochy girl and that she's not in a hurry. And she tells me that she's very laid back. She also tells me that she's easy to please and that she wants to please. I do get the impression from her that she's living in a family now, and whether there's even kids around, but she's saying there's a family, so it's not just one person. And she is also telling me that with the person she was before, it was more a one-on-one relationship she had. So before it was more that they, you know, it's more like being a partner with your animal, where now it's more like she's got a family. And she tells me that she likes the water when the weather is warm. And she tells me that she's not the fastest, but she also tells me that she's got stamina and she's very diligent. And she also tells me that she loves food, and she also says that she likes apples. So that's something that the owners might know, because, yeah, I don't know if dogs do eat apples, but she does tell me that she likes apples. And the other thing she also tells me is that she likes sweets and yogurt. So I've never tried to give my dog yogurt, so that'd be interesting. Maybe the owners do give her yogurt, and whether that is something that the owners give her now or that she used to get with the old owners. And she enjoys it that she's in a comfortable environment. So she seems to be very happy where she's now and well looked after. And yeah, as I said, it comes across like before she was in a situation where it was just her and one person, and now it's more of a family situation where she is now. Thank you very much for sending me an email with the photos of your companions. And so she tells me that she has found a happy family and that she's in a lovely family, and it's a fantastic situation for her. She's very happy where she is, and which is great. You know, if you have to give your animals up because you're moving or for whatever reason, it's always very stressful, and it's great when you know that they're actually well looked after. So this one here, beautiful Mango. So she tells me that she was quite fit when she was with you. So it comes across that you maybe did some more exercise with her and you did more sport with her, where now she's more in a family situation where she might go with the family and do things, but it's not really, come on, let's go and do some sport. It's just that she goes along with the family. And she wants you to know that she had a really good time with you, and that she's not wanting to miss any of that time. She was very happy to be with you. And she also tells me that she understands that you couldn't keep her. So for whatever reason you had to give up this beautiful girl, she knows that you had no choice. She's telling me that you wouldn't have given her up if you had another choice to not give her up. She also tells me that she must have slept on your bed, because she tells me that she also had misses sleeping on your bed. That was something that she really enjoyed doing with you, and that I'm not quite sure that she might not do so much now, but that was something that she really liked when she was with you, which is really nice. So that is something she tells me that she thinks about when she thinks about you, that she had this close relationship with you, and that was a very special relationship that she had with you. So that one here is beautiful mango. Okay, then who else did we have here? We have this one here. This here is beautiful Pippa. So I don't know much about Pippa or what breed she is. I'm not very good with dog breeds, but you guys might know more. But yeah, she's an absolute beautiful girl. So Pippa tells me that she's a softie. She tells me that she's sort of a bit of a needy dog. And thank you, Mia, for sending an email. So Pippa is a needy dog, and Pippa needs someone, and she needs attention, and she needs to be cuddled, and she needs to be told everything is okay. So she's a bit like a baby. She just needs that affection, and she needs to be loved, and she needs to be held, and she might be a girl that whinges a little bit, because she just needs to have someone nearby that looks after her and cuddles her and gives her that TLC that she needs. So she's probably a big baby, you could call her. And I think she's already a little bit older, and that there's a few health issues from what the owners are telling me. She also tells me that her gums are not the best. And but she's saying that they're still okay to eat, but she seems to be a little bit funny with her food anyway. And I think she was talking about her stomach, so we'll get to that in a minute. She tells me that it's important that she gets white, she called it white meat, but it didn't look like chicken to me. It was more fish. So she tells me that she needs the oils from the fish. So she's talking about omega-3 and omega-6. So that is something that's very important for her. Annie has got a cat, Rosie. Yes, there's a lot of animals that have disappeared. If you want to, Annie, you can send me a photo of your cat, and we can have a chat hopefully in the next session. So just send that through. That's okay. You can just maybe send me another quick email and let me know the state. That's all fine. Okay, so getting back to Pippa, so she was saying that she needs fish. She's saying she needs the omega-3 and 6 from the oils in the fish. She also tells me that she is a jealous dog, and she's jealous with others. So she's saying that she wants your attention, and she doesn't like it when there's other animals near you, because she wants to be the only one. So she's quite a needy girl as such. And so she says, you know, if there's other dogs, you just need to give me the attention and not the other dogs. So she seems to be quite demanding and knowing what she wants. And have a quick look at the questions, what the owners wanted to know from her. So the owners wanted to know from her if she's comfortable and happy. And with her, it comes across, she's quite comfortable, but because she's a needy dog, it always feels that, you know, she's not quite that well, and there's things that are going wrong, and she's in pain, but that's just her as well. So other dogs that would be in the same state as her, you wouldn't hear anything from them. where she's just a dog that is a little bit needy and just needs a bit more attention and affection. So that's why she comes across like there's, you know, she's in a lot of pain or there's a lot of things going on, but that's also because of the kind of dog that she is and that she just needs to have that affection and attention from you guys. She also says it's important that she is kept warm. And it's also important, as she said before, that that you work with a lot of positivity, because she's a dog that is a little bit, not negative as such, but she's a dog that likes to feel sorry for herself. So if you can bring the positivity across, and rather than saying, oh, you poor girl, you know, saying, come on, I'll take you for a walk and we go for a play, and doing that sort of thing, that will help her to feel better about herself. The other thing, they also wanted to know what she wants to eat. As I said before, she does want to have fish. That seems to be quite important because of the oils in the fish. What else did she say about food? She was talking about salmon. And the other thing she also said is that she wants finely minced food. So she mentioned before that her gums are not the best. So I think the salmon and also finely minced food is just help her that she can chew it a bit better and digest it a little bit better, which is makes it easier for her. The other thing she also told me when I spoke to her before is that she said that she would like to have be hand fed. So if you find that she's struggling to eat, maybe just offer her the food and feed her and see how you go with that, because she seems to be going a little bit better if you can hand feed her. You also wanted to know if she's in pain, asking her for any pains. This beautiful girl here, Pippa, she tells me that there's some pain in her sternum, and there also seems to be some pain in her stomach area. Her joints and everything seem to be feeling quite fine, and but yeah, she was talking about the sternum area, that there is some pain there, and it also seems to be putting a bit of pressure on her lungs and also her stomach. And she tells me again that she wants to be cuddled and she wants to be held. Again, just being a needy dog, and she just needs that attention and affection to be happy and feel happy. The other thing they wanted to know from Pippa is whether Pippa wants to live. So this is beautiful Pippa, and again, it doesn't come across like she's in a very bad state. There's obviously a few health issues going on, but it does come across that it's more her being needy and just needing her mum, that you think she's not very well. So it's got a lot to do with Reiki would probably be good for her, and it's also got a lot to do with trying to keep her positive and trying to encourage her. As I said, you know, oh, it's a fantastic day, the sun's shining outside, come on, we'll go out and we'll have some fun in the park. So it's really about trying to make her see the positive things. You can send me a photo, Tanya, if you'd like me to connect with Penny, and hopefully we'll have time in the next session to have a chat to Penny. So yes, this was beautiful Pippa, so thank you very much for having a chat and joining us. Okay. Then we have this beautiful boy. I think, yes, this here is Buddy, and he is a boy, and Buddy is 33-year-old. Unfortunately, he's not with us anymore. Hi, Amanda. Yes, we're just having a chat. You might recognize your beautiful boy. Yes, your beautiful baby. What breed was he? An Arab cross? He does look like he's got some Arab in him. So maybe you can let us know about his breed. You're welcome, Amanda. So beautiful Buddy is not with us anymore. He was 33-year-old, which is just a huge age. Part Arab, yes, that's what I thought, Amanda. So beautiful Buddy, he was 33 years of age when he passed away, and obviously Amanda wants to know how he's feeling and And obviously it's always when our animals pass, or when we have to let them go, that we always feel guilty as well. Have we done the right things? Could we have done anything better? And so it's important that we can connect with them and find out how they are feeling, and if there's anything we could have done different, because animals, they don't feel bad about anything. So as long as we have done what we thought was the right thing at the time, they don't feel bad about it. So it's very important that we know that. So this here's beautiful Buddy, who was 33, which is a huge age for a horse. Okay, so talking to beautiful Buddy, he comes across like an absolute sweetheart. So he tells me that he knew where to go and what to do, and he said that he was happy to follow, but he was also happy to give directions. And he also tells me that he was a little bit shy, but he was also a little bit bossy. So he knew what he wanted, basically, but he tells me he was also respectful, and he wasn't a full-on boy, you know. He was a gentle soul, but still he still knew what he wanted to. Yes, that's right, Amanda. So he always knew what he wanted, and sometimes he was a polite boy, but sometimes he also had his own way. But he doesn't come across like he was totally out of control or very naughty or anything, but he did try definitely to get his way as well. Let me have a quick look where we have got those. That was Buddy here. So he called himself gentle, calm and firm, and as I said to you before, yes, he was a beautiful boy, Amanda. And as I said before, that he liked to show the way, but he was also happy to follow. And he just shows me this calmness in him. So he was a wonderful teacher and a very a soulmate, you know, very a great partner to have. And he also tells me that he could feel his legs a bit, so there were some things going on in his joints. So I would think that he probably felt his joints a bit from arthritis, which probably was age-related. He said that his eyesight was compromised, which it might not be something that you notice, but it just says that there was something going on there. And he was also saying that there was a issue with his stomach. Oh, okay, yes, so he did have laminitis. And yeah, so he is saying there was also something going on with his stomach internally, so whether you were aware of that or not. And he was also saying about balancing his weight issues and whether he was... Oh, so there was something with his eye. Okay, yes. So Amanda just confirmed that there was something with his eye. Oh, yes, yeah, okay. So he had melanomas. So, yeah, there was something going on with his eye, but he's also talking about his stomach. So, you know, I mean, if there was cancer around, that could have also been something that was sitting in his stomach. Oh, he got a stick in it. Wow. Yeah, so this one is Buddy that we're talking about at the moment. So, yes, Amanda's just confirming a lot of things that are going on or that have been going on with him. So, it comes across with Buddy, there was not just one thing. There was a lot of things. And unfortunately, animals, they just don't live as long as we do. And she did her best to help him with all those things. But, you know, sometimes there's just too much going on and we just can't always fix things for them because they don't just live as long as we do. So, yes, so there were several things going on with him, as he said, with the weight. But yeah, he was talking about a pain in his stomach, whether that was from the stick that Amanda confirmed, but there was some pain in his stomach going on. And that was something that concerned him, that made him feel uncomfortable. It could have also been cancer related. He knows that, but he knows, Amanda, he knows that you love him very much. And he also tells me that he's still around you in spirit. And he's telling me that he's sending you white birds. Do you see sometimes white birds and think of him? So that seems to be something that, you know, if you see a white bird driving along somewhere, he's saying that's a sign that he's letting you know that he's okay. and even white birds, you know, could be butterflies as well. So just keep an eye out for white birds. That seems to be a sign of him visiting you. So he was also saying, oh, you collected 2 white birds today, as in pets for yourself. Well, that would be interesting to hear, Amanda. Let us know. And so yeah, he was talking about the pain in his stomach, and he was also saying that there was some confusion. Oh, 2 feathers, yes. Yes, so even if you find white feathers, just think of your boy, because he's the one that is watching over you, and he's still with you all the time with every step on the way. You also wanted to know whether he forgives you for putting him to sleep. And he tells me that he doesn't need to forgive you, that you are the one that needs to forgive yourself, because he doesn't feel bad about about the whole thing. He doesn't feel bad about what you did. You did the right thing by him. He couldn't hang on any longer. So you did the right thing by him. And so you are the one feeling bad about it. He doesn't feel bad about it. So he doesn't need to forgive you for it. And he said, you know, at some stage he just had to go, and it was time. He also said that he is sad that he can't be here anymore, because he knows that you are, because he knows that you need him. So he would love to be still here and be around you, but he just sends you the signs, as he said before, the white birds, white feathers, that's a sign that he's still with you, and that you can just think of him and know that he's still with you. And he also tells me that he had a very happy life with you, and that there's absolutely no regrets. So that's very good to know. Yes, I know, Amanda. I also did connect with your boy as well. Is it a boy, Cleo? So I did connect with Cleo as well, because you were telling me that you lost him only a month after you lost Buddy, which is really tragic. So this here is Cleo, which is a beautiful boxer, I think. And I think that Cleo is a boy, and Cleo passed away when he was 8 years old. So that is very sad that you lost them both in a very short time. So it was a girl, was it? Thank you for clarifying that, Amanda. So look at this beautiful face. Okay, so having a chat to Cleo. Cleo tells me that she was the girl in the house, that she was in charge, or she felt that she was in charge. She tells me that she was a very funny girl, so she seems to have made you laugh a lot, and she was entertaining you. And she also tells me that she did funny things, and she put funny things in funny places, and that she was playing, and she said it was never boring with her. So she was a girl that was just kept you entertained, and probably gave you a little bit work as well, because she's talking about moving stuff around or shifting stuff. Would that be her toys, or did she actually move your stuff, handbags and things like that? So she just seems to have been your girl that just helps you in every day and just makes you happy, and help you with any sorrows that you have. She was your great support. Yes, Amanda's just saying a lot of things she moved. So that's what it comes across. She's just saying she's a girl that was busy in the house, and she actually thinks she was helping. Yes, I know, I can see that she was your best friend. Okay, so Cleo is talking about some bloating in her stomach. There was something going on with her stomach, and there seemed to be a bit of sort of swelling. And she also tells me it was quite unexpected. So I don't feel like you had a lot of time knowing that she was sick and that you had to say goodbye to her. So it seemed to have been something that was quite unexpected, that you were going to lose her, that you didn't actually know over a long time, which is very sad and makes it even more traumatic that we don't really have the time to say goodbye. I mean, there was time there, but not when 4.5 months. Yeah, so that's not a long time And really at 8 years of age, you don't really expect to lose your fur babies. That's way too young. She tells me that she can remember you holding her paw. So it really comes across like you were sitting by her side and you were holding her paw and you were supporting her at every step of the way, which was very important. Yes, yes. So she went very quickly downhill. She also felt that there wasn't enough time to say goodbye, which really upset her because she felt that you needed her and she would have liked to give you more time. It feels like there wasn't enough preparation or not enough time to just say goodbye. And oh, that would be so beautiful. Amanda's just writing that she has got a photo of her holding Cleo's paw, and that's what I can see. You know how you're sitting at the bed when someone is sick and you're holding their paw, and that's what she shows me. So she just shows me clearly that she was so well loved and that she was so well cared for, and that Amanda was with her the whole way, which is very important for them. And again, you also wanted to know whether you did the right thing, putting her to sleep. And I can see that there is discomfort for there and in her, and it was very important that you did what you did, because again, you couldn't have saved her. And she's telling me, especially in her stomach, so I'm not quite sure where the problem were, but the stomach area is definitely something that made her feel bloated, and probably also that she didn't have so much, that she didn't want to eat so much because she just had that feeling of being full. Not so much pain related, but just a feeling of being full, which is probably a nicer version than actually having pain in the stomach. And she also tells me that you saved her when you welcomed her in her home. So not quite sure whether she was a rescue dog or whether you had her from a puppy, but it really feels that you just saved her and she felt like she was coming to a good place. So wherever she was before, I think she didn't have such a great life what she ended up having with you. So she's just really thrilled that she was able to choose you as her mum, because she feels that she just had the best of lives that she could have had. And so she really feels that you saved her when you took her in your home. Yes, well, they do always save us and we save them, so that's wonderful. She also tells me that she was quite cold in the end, that she was shivering and feeling the cold, so that's obviously a sign as well from, I guess, from being unwell. And she also tells me that she was always a very loyal girl to you. And she also tells me that she visits. And she have you got an area where you have something that reminds you of her? Because she's talking about a green plant, and she also tells me that there's a photo of her somewhere in your house. And she wants you to be grateful for the time you had with her, because she doesn't feel bad about anything that happened and anything that happened in the end, because you did the right thing by her. So you saved her and you also let her go when it was time to let her go. So she's got absolutely no bad feelings about it, and she wants you to remember her in the good times and not when she was sick. And she tells me that she still lies on the soft blankets. Did you have soft blankets around in the house where she used to lie on? Because she's still telling me that she's... Yes. Yes, so she's confirming you all the things. So you can see that she's still with you. She's talking about a really soft blanket and that she's still there. So have a soft blanket somewhere for her, and imagine that you can be there with her and you can spend some time with her, because that is very important, that we still, even though we can't feel them anymore, they're still here, they're still around us, and they still are in contact with us, even though we can't physically feel them anymore. Yes. So I think, Amanda, that Chloe is actually still lying on the bed and sleeping on the bed with you. So even if you can't see her anymore, you can still talk to her, you can still connect with her. And oh, that's very cute. Yes. So have your kitten with you as well, and Chloe is still there with you as well. And she also tells me to tell you to look forward and not look back. So she's saying again, there's no regrets. You couldn't have done anything different. And she also tells me that someone else will need you. So she feels that, have you had that kitten before, or have you had that kitten only since Cleo has passed away? Because she tells me that there's other animals that need you. So she knows that there's a lot of room in your heart and that you will make someone else very happy. And she wants you to focus on the future and not on what happened. And she tells me again that she was very sick. So she was feeling very unwell in the end. And there was nothing you could have done, and you did the right thing by letting her go. And she wants you to know that, and she wants you to know that she's still with you. So that was beautiful, Cleo, sorry, not Chloe. It is always so sad when they leave us, and unfortunately they just don't live as long as we do. And it's always good to know that when they pass, and we can still connect with them, we can find out how they're feeling, we can find out if we had made the right decision, or even, you know, when it's time to make that decision, it's always great if we can tune in with them and we can ask them, are you ready to go? But in general, people know. You know, animals, they often let us know when they're ready. It was quite interesting. I was talking to a ferret recently, and the ferret was very unwell, and the owners wanted to know when is he ready to go, because it was time, he was getting sick, and they knew that they had to make the decision. And he was an absolutely wonderful ferret. You know, he was not aggressive, and he would never bite or do anything nasty, but he said to me he would let them know when he would start biting. That meant for him that he was in pain and there was time to go, because at the time when we talked to him, it wasn't time back then. So the owner actually confirmed to me that a couple of days later they took him out, and he actually softly and gently give him a bit of a bite, and basically did let them know that the pain's not good and it's time for him to go. So they took him to the vet and put him to sleep. And animals, they let us know, you know. Even a friend of mine had a beautiful dog, and she couldn't really walk very well anymore. There was a lot of things going on, and all of a sudden the owner realized that it was time, and she said to her, is it time to go? And even though the dog couldn't walk anymore, the dog got up and walked to the car and did let her know, yes, it's time, let's go, and you need to let me go now. So people are always unsure, and they think, oh, you know, is it time? Do I need to let them go? You know, do I wait? What do I do? And animals, they always let us know. But if you're not sure, it's always a great idea to check in with them and have someone connect with them, so you can actually ask them, you know, is it time for you to go, and do you want to go now? Just quickly reading Amanda's messages. Well, I'm great to hear, Amanda, that you're feeling better, and that they sort of helped you a little bit over your grief, and especially that they were able to confirm to you that you did make the right decision, and that you don't have to feel guilty, and that they don't have to forgive you, because you haven't done anything wrong. So don't feel bad about it. I'm doing reading with animals, so if you would like me to connect with your animal, you can just send a photo to my website, to my email, info@animalcommunication.com.au, and I hopefully will have time in the next session to connect with your animal. It was my pleasure, Amanda, connecting with your beautiful girl and boy, and if there's anything else, send me an email, let me know. It was my pleasure to connect with them. Okay, well, I think the time is just about up, so I think we got quite a few animals in here, so it was great connecting with them all. And yes, if you would like to get a reading done, just email me to info@animalcommunication.com.au and just send me a photo, send me a couple of questions and the details, you know, how old is your animal, sex, breed, and maybe let me know which state you're in so I know where you're coming from. And I'm more than happy to connect with your animals in the next session, which is going to be next Thursday. So feel free to just tune in again at the same time. And I'm looking forward to connecting with you then. See ya. Bye.